What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kirk back again with the next live, and we are here. It's Sunday evening. I hope everybody's okay, and yeah, I am joined today with my beautiful wife, as you guys can see, sitting next to me.
Hi guys.
You gotta say I YouTube.
Why?
It's I YouTube, okay? When you come in, you gotta say hi YouTube. How you guys doing? Right?
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, guys, we're gonna have a wonderful evening this evening, and as you guys see, by the title, it's the title tonight is "Let's Talk About the Box Truck Couple." Okay, and we're gonna get into it today, and I have my wife here today. She and I are gonna share our experience of being in business over over a decade, right? Over a decade in business, and we're gonna talk about the ups and the downs, the in and the out, and we're gonna talk about just box truck and trucking in general, right?
Right.
Anyway, guys, before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, share the video, share this live. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kirk. We talk about the box truck business. We talk about the ins and outs of the box truck business and what you need to be doing to have a successful box truck business. All right. The reason why we're going to talk about the reason why I decided we're going to talk about the box truck couple today is I see a lot of people on YouTube popping up that are couples. There's a lot of couples on YouTube now making videos and stuff like that. So we just want to share our experience, and hopefully we can let those people, get some of our experience and then put it to use, right? But before we get into that, as I said, if you're new to my channel, if it's the first time you're watching my live, it's your boy Kirk. Don't forget to like and share my videos, subscribe to the channel. Over here, we don't do a lot of stuff over here. One of the thing I do not do is call other YouTubers channel out, okay? I don't do that. If you have a comment or you want to make a statement, or if we drop the link, you guys want to say something, just be respectful of other people platform. I don't do the name calling over here, and I'm very serious about that. I don't care if you subscribe to my channel. It's a respect that I have for everyone else. All right. Also, if you're in my chat and you're going to be nasty, like someone was in my chat early and being nasty, you will earn your thing. What they call that? A gift. You will get a gift from Kirk that is called mute
Block.
or black you. Like someone said earlier on, what they say? What time this MFA really start? You earn yourself a nice black title, cause you will see, but you won't get to talk. Okay, that's how we do it over here. You want to be disrespectful? I have a remedy for that. Okay, just be respectful. Before I get into that, I want to shout out a couple people. I want to shout out Mike Intro. Go check his channel out. Intro Mike. He got a YouTube channel. He also talk about the box truck and odd shot. Go hit him up. I want to shout out Coast to Coast Dispatch, right? Coast to Coast Dispatch over there in Pennsylvania. Shout out to my man, Why So Serious in Texas. He got a channel just coming up. He's gonna talk about the box truck also. He's in I think he's in the state of Texas. Yeah, he's in Texas. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to I'm gonna call DIY. I'm gonna change his name to DFAM. All right, he's in Houston, and yeah, we're gonna shout him out. All right, and I want to shout out to Mr. Blake down in not Texas, Georgia, Mohammed, Mr. Smith, Lando. The list goes on and on. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. Today I have my beautiful wife here. We're going to talk about our experience being in the box truck business and the transportation, the different changes that we see, the money increase, the truck price increase, she's gonna tell you because she is the one that does all the financing, right? The paperwork, the factoring, she does the what else you do? What else you do? You do the factoring. She do it all, man. She do it all. Email, invoice, a whole host of stuff, right? And if you are a couple that is trying to become a box truck business owner, you want to stay tuned because she's going to tell you what you're going to do as a wife. You still got to be a wife. You still got to be a mother. Yeah, you tell them. Tell them what they got to do.
Well, in a business, being a wife, you still got to be a business partner, a wife, and a mother, and you still got to take care of yourself. So
right.
It's
a lot of work, right? Can you have a job while being with a box truck? Like, if you're trying to be like, well, definitely can't be a dispatcher, but can you be, can you be a wife? Can you do the same thing while having a job, or it's too much work?
In my opinion, I think it's too much work.
So you'd have to quit your job to become a part of the husband business, right?
Right.
Okay, so there you go, guys. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the upside and the downside, and we're going to talk about just a whole host of different things. Hopefully we can crunch it and get everything out, right? You ready?
Ready.
You ready for the challenge? Anyway, we're going to drop the link in a few minutes because we want to take maybe some, if you're a woman or a man and you want to come out here as a couple, you can ask us some questions and then we can give your own feedback. Money. Let's talk about money because everybody wants to know about money. Do we make a lot of money as a box truck? Like, just a box truck, I mean, everybody say truck drivers make a lot of money, but do we make a lot of money owning a box truck? Is it profitable?
Oh yeah, yes we do. We make a lot of money. It takes time because we have a little hiccups here and there. Couple years back, but we just gotta learn our mistakes and move forward and keep going up.
Right.
Different levels.
So you can't make nothing pull you back if
Right.
you're trying to. Okay. So there you go, guys, and somebody says that she sound nice too. Somebody said that.
Island vibes.
Yeah, you got the island
Jamaica.
vibe. Oh, you're Jamaican, Yeah, them Jamaican girl, man. Look what he says here. It says, shout out to your wife. She's beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
They say you're beautiful. Right. But we're gonna talk about that. But as far as just overall in the business of transportation, like when we started out, it was way cheaper, right? What would you say to those people who are who are coming in now and the expense is so much? Like, I know for me, like, I would probably give up, but I mean, we're not trying to tell people to give up, but it's so much more money to put out. Because you see the invoices that we have paying out for just repair and a whole bunch of stuff. What would you say to people or a couple that is trying to come out?
First of all, you guys just gotta stay focused. You can't let
Right.
nothing bring you down.
Right?
I mean, nothing come easy.
Right?
So if you're here as a new couple or a box truck driver or whatever, just stay focused on what you want. Make sure you have goals.
Right.
You set your goals, and we all have setbacks.
Right.
We
right.
just gotta, as I said, focus.
Right. And I think that is very important, the part that you said setting your goals, because I remember when we started out, we had set certain goals. We started out with cargo van, so that was a different level, and then
Right.
we talked, and then we said we're gonna go get a box truck, and then we moved to that level, and then we moved from 1 truck to 2 truck, and then from 2 truck to 3 truck, and then we had drivers, and then we had it. So That's so important, guys. Like, you guys gotta set goals, as my wife said.
Right, and when we move from the cargo van to the trucks, it's because we have more responsibilities.
Right.
Because when
right.
it was cargo van, it was just us.
Right. It was just
and
us.
then
Right.
the kids.
Right.
And then we
Oh,
moved to
yeah.
one truck. So that's why I say you gotta keep on going levels.
Right.
You
so
got
now,
more responsibilities, you know,
Yep.
more income.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you have one kid or no kid and then you have a box truck, you make a certain money a week, but then when you have that one child, then you gotta get, you gotta think about increase your income, but at the same time thinking about buying you a next box truck. If you got 2 kids or 3 kids, you definitely have to always be moving up. And so that is so key. So yeah, thank you for saying that. But we're gonna talk about a lot of other stuff that a lot of people been talking about. I want to shout out to the box truck couple that I met. I forgot to shout them out early on. Tip Top Trucking out of Kentucky, the Martinez family. They are super nice. They say, yo, I saw you on YouTube and you were dropping them partial games, and now I try to do that partial game and we're making money. And they were so excited to meet me. They were happy, and very nice couple. They are older people than me and you. Not old, I'm not saying old people, but they're, I think they could be our parents too. But they're very, very nice couple, and we met them, and they were like, yo, and that's my first YouTuber, subscriber that I ever met. Then I met Lando and so forth. So shout out to everyone that support the channel, and if I run into you guys, show me that love and all that stuff. All right. What else we want to talk? What else we want to talk about? Okay, so let's talk about the biggest thing. The biggest thing in this box truck business is being a couple. I think that is very key, right? Because you can't be a Pookie and Ray Ray and trying to run a business. What I mean by that is, guys, you have to stay committed with each other. I think our business of I see that it let you open up a little. You definitely open up more to me. You're more forthcoming. You don't hold anything back. I see it makes you you don't waste time to address anything, whether it's business or personal. Does the business have anything to contribute to that? I think, in my opinion. What do you think?
Not necessarily, no.
Not really?
No.
I mean, I see what I mean is that sometimes, say for instance a broker don't pay us, you would be on the broker, you will be like,
right,
don't waste any time.
Right, exactly.
Right.
You have to do that.
Right. But I'm saying but then when we used to just started out, you used to let these brokers slide. We would have to call them for 30 days, and my wife is like, yeah, I'm gonna get in it, but that's what I'm saying. Now I see you don't waste time.
Right. All right. So I saw a comment I think on a live that says what if your spouse is not into the same box truck business, or they don't want to do it? So I think what you're talking is back then I have my own thing doing.
Right. Okay. So you wasn't fully committed.
I wasn't fully committed to your thing.
Okay.
So now that we are in it fully, then I have to be committed.
So you think that if you're gonna go with your husband or your girlfriend, you should both sit down and know if it's something you want to do.
Exactly.
Oh, got you. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, now we're in it, and we're like bang, right?
We're in it fully.
So the couples who are coming in and they're trying to figure out if this is something that they want to do, because it's one thing when you start to making these videos and you're out there and I'm on YouTube and everybody's liking the comment and sharing your videos and all that stuff, but it's a different thing when it get behind the scene and the real structure begin, right? So I think it's something that both of us have to really sit down and talk and be sure if you want to get into it. So yeah, that's good. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to get involved with your wife or your girlfriend, make sure that y'all sit down and talk about it and make sure it's something that both of y'all interested in doing, because if not, it can be a issue. All right, right?
Correct.
And what do you think about people who are, because I spoke to people who want their wife or their girlfriend to quit their job, and they're like, I'm done with this 9 to 5 job, because you had a 9 to 5 job, and I used to curse you out every. Listen, guys, she had a job, a 9 to 5 job. She was a manager, right, at this huge spot in Brooklyn. Couldn't get this woman to do anything for me. She was so committed to her work, right? What would you tell a couple? I mean, what would you tell a wife or a girlfriend? Because the husband is clearly going to be driving the truck. So what would you say to that? Because you guys, you don't like your managers, you don't like your supervisors, you don't like some of your co-workers, you can't stand the job, it doesn't pay. So if their husband is going to be driving a box truck and they're going to, make at least $5,000 a week, what would you say to that? What would you say in terms of, you would say to quit their job?
For me, it have to make sense for you to quit your job. For me,
But they don't like their job. They don't like it.
for me, I like my job. I used to like my job, but the money part of it, it didn't make sense.
Right.
So when you sit down and realize, okay, like after the kids, is it
It's like daycare.
right? It does it make sense to pay daycare, or you would stay home, do the business side, and take care of the kids.
Right.
So it have to make sense money wise, because if your wife is making a lot of money, then why quit?
Okay. So if she's in a good job, right, then don't quit. That's what you're saying.
Right.
But what if she doesn't like the job? She doesn't want to be there,
Well,
and then she still got to pay for daycare and the husband, and it just doesn't make any sense on her part.
well, I say if you don't like your job, you can't stay there because you're not gonna be comfortable.
Right.
So
Yeah, because
you
she don't
can't
like
stay
her
there.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like you. Yeah, you don't. She don't like me. I never like working with these guys. I don't like working with people, so I just don't. I just quit. Right. So, what would? So you said that just if she don't like it, just quit outright. Right. Right. All right. Well, there you go, guys. So what about those people who are coming in, right, and then at the same time, they can't afford to quit as yet. That's where they would have to sit down with their spouse and be like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what
Right.
you should just come up with a good game plan, basically, to
Right.
know. Okay, there you go, guys. Okay. Anyway, guys, so what? So let's talk about the couples. So let's talk about YouTube couples. We see a lot of couples on YouTube. Shout out to all the couples on YouTube. We see a lot of couples on YouTube, and when I made this title, someone called me actually and said, "Oh, here we go. We're gonna talk about a box truck couple," and we kind of laughed because there is a couple called the box truck couple, right? But we weren't talking about anyone. We were just gonna share our experience about being in the business for so long as a box truck couple, right? But there's a lot of people on YouTube that are new and old. They've been doing it like a couple months now. Do you see anybody on YouTube like those couple? Like, I know for me, there's a couple couples that I like. Do you see? I know you don't really watch YouTube
for
like
me,
that.
I don't really do YouTube.
Yeah, she don't do social media, guys. You don't have a Facebook?
No Facebook.
Give out your Instagram.
No.
You don't have an Instagram?
I have an Instagram. Actually.
She don't have an Instagram?
I do have it.
Oh, I didn't know you have an Instagram.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you've been giving them Jamaican boys the Instagram number. Your Instagram. Drop your I'm gonna drop her Instagram. Drop your Instagram in the thing. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of couple on YouTube that I like. And actually, um, we're gonna talk about those couple. There is a couple that I strongly believe that if they follow, if they get like they just need fine tuning. I think they do everything right. They just need fine tuning, and I think that they're probably my number one pick. If I was supposed to, I'm not gonna. You know I don't call names, man. You know I don't call names.
But
I
if you like them, then why not?
Let's wait a minute. I'm not into the name calling. But anyway, what I'm saying is I'm saying is there is this couple that is they need if they make like get like a little fine tune, I think they would make a lot of money. There's actually three couple that I saw that I think they need fine tuning, and I think they would make a lot of money. They just need to get that structure where, yeah, they'll make a lot of money. I think they'll be like us few years down the line talking about, making a lot of money, because it's one thing to come on YouTube and make YouTube videos and all that stuff, but when you go behind the scene, I think there's a lot of he and she stuff that we gotta do that gonna iron out and make us a lot of money down the line. So there is three couple that I see. Do you remember that girl I told you about? She with the Rasta guy. He's that's one couple. Remember the girl?
I know what you're saying.
And then you have there's a next guy. He's a Rasta, but he's with a white chick. And then the next one I'm gonna leave it a mystery. The next one is a mystery. But we I think those couple are onto something pretty much. I think if they got like somebody like me or somebody else that can mentor them and show them, I think they'll make a lot of money. All right. There's a lot of people also. There's a lot of couple. You know what I see on YouTube? There's a lot of couple that have a lot of drive. You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of not, and I wouldn't say surprising to me, but I think people know that are coming in the box truck business are more motivated, not only because of the money, but just I think that security that it gives us as a just a finance and a finance structure, and just to have that money build up so fast in the business. I think a lot of people are driven by that. Of course, we're motivated by making money, but I think that a lot of people are just driven to the fact that, hey, I can make $158,000 a year running a box truck if you do it right. And if we have one or two customers, you can really make some serious money easy. Because when we started out, we didn't have any customers, right? So, and we weren't making off the money we're making now, right?
Right.
So if back then, looking back, I think a lot of people now who are coming in are just motivated by the drive. Not only just in a box truck, but on the dispatcher side. Like I said, a lot of people are also becoming dispatcher because there's so much money to be made in it. So if you can run a business, and we talk about this recently, a lot of people are asking me if I'm going to be a dispatcher, or if we're going to be dropping a dispatcher company soon. We were talking about that, right? Right. Anyway, I'm excited about a lot of people, and everybody is and yeah, here somebody give the answer. I never really want to put it up, but here you go. I think that couple right there, if they just tweak their business, I think they're onto something.
But I must say this. We're nowhere near perfect.
Right.
But, so, and then we grow.
Right.
So they just got more experience, and then here's our months after months, they'll get it.
Yeah, but see
Because
they
remember, we learn from our mistake.
right,
So,
right. Because remember when
and
we
they're new, right?
not new, but they've been I think like almost 6 months or 8 months. I'm not sure, but like remember when we started, we used to get burned a lot by brokers,
Right.
and maybe that's the reason why I built up this kind of fierceness about brokers, because when we started out, we were picking up one load. Remember that guy that sent us to what, one load, guys? I had a broker one time. He gave me a load, right? It was picking out of Brooklyn, New York, and it was going on to Miami, right? He told me to deliver it on Monday. When I get to Georgia, and I call, because this says call 24 hours before to confirm appointment. This dude already set the appointment for Wednesday. Remember that time? I had to sit in Georgia for 2 days. I was so mad. And from that day, I go all out on these brokers. That's the reason why I don't play with these brokers, because these guys will clown you. They will take you for a joke. And a lot of brokers watch my channel too. A lot of brokers, some of them be coming across my channel and watching it. So, but just be careful as a couple when you're coming out here, because these guys out here they will clown you if you give them the time of the day. Okay? Anyway, one other thing I want to talk about is kids. How does it the like I was trying to do the live last week with the kids to show people what life is like. um tell what would you say to a couple that have kids that are wondering, well, if my dad is not here, what's gonna happen? Like, explain that to them.
Okay, so first, what we think is we want the best for our kids.
Right.
So if that's his passion for driving truck, then he's gonna go out there, and the kids have to understand that, daddy's not gonna be home. I mean, they are 4 and 6, and they do understand.
Right.
So we video calls, we do video calls, and every day, and so they could get to see their dad.
So I'm still involved in the kid's life, even though I'm over the road, and
it's important to take time off to spend with your family.
Because when I take time off, I take like 2 weeks once we're going to do a vacation, or a week and a half. So that way I catch up and I spend a lot of time with you guys. How about you in general, being that I'm being away most of the time? Does that have any...
I have so many things to do.
You don't care, right? Not that you don't care, but
I do care.
Right?
But it's a lot.
It's a lot, right?
It's a lot. So it's like it takes your mind off certain things. So the jobs that you have to do, the kids, the house, the bills, the business, is like it keep you going.
Right. So you don't really have that time where you're like, oh my God, I miss my husband so much.
I have the time, but I just replace it with all the stuff
with the work. Right. Okay, right. So there you go, guys. So if you are a couple and you're wondering if your wife is gonna miss you, and just a relationship is probably gonna be sucked out, it's not gonna work like that. It's like she said, she got so much stuff to do that it's not I wouldn't say it's just she have too much to do. You want to tell them what you do just give them like a day from start to finish of your life being just what you do, so they can understand.
You're talking
like when you get up in the morning from start to finish, what your day routine is like.
Okay, well, not weekends.
No, not weekends.
So first, I have to get my kids ready to go to school.
And what time is that?
We get up like 6:30. I drop my kids. First, I drop my firstborn at 8:20 for school.
Right.
Then Carol starts at 9 o'clock. Then I come back home. I do the house cleaning, or if I have to do factoring or email, it depends on what I have to do. Then I have to go back to school for Carol at 11 o'clock. Then I come back home. I have to make dinner during that time. Still got to answer emails, factoring, do contracts. It depends on, on the time. and then go back to get Kylie at 3 o'clock.
Right.
Then I come back home, give them dinner, play with them a little bit, put them to bed, and then do some more business. Then talk to Kirk if he's doing a late night, and then that's it.
So your day is pretty much booked,
Booked out, right.
booked out. So that's why she's saying, guys, is not really something that will take her mind to like ruin your relationship, right? Because there's so much she have to do in a day, and yeah, I think it's a lot.
I mean, we've been together for 13 years, so we understand.
Yeah, I think, and that's another thing. Like once you know what you're getting into, and you guys are committed to it, I think it's going to be easy. And not only that, it's going to be easy, but I think it's going to be what do I say? Once easy and once you're committed to it, it's going to be easy to just process it on a day-to-day basis. All right. You want to read that?
Sway said, yes, us moms need to be given all the money when daddy makes it.
Oh my goodness, Sway, you starting? You know, Entra Mike said that his fiance get 10%, and I'm like, you shouldn't have said that, because when I went in the bed, my wife was talking about the 10%. Don't start trouble, Sway. But let's talk about money, because people, that's the biggest thing. If you quit your job, we're gonna try to figure out money. Let's talk about money. Over the years, well, not only over the years, money wise, are you being taken care of overall as a box truck wife?
First. And okay, so Intro Mike said his fiance get 10%. Okay, so
do you get 10%?
Kirk don't pay me, I pay myself.
Right, no, but do you get 10%?
I pay myself. That's it.
No, the question is, do you get 10%?
No.
Oh, do you get more or less?
I pay myself.
No, do you get more or less?
I got more.
You get more, right?
Right.
Okay. So guys, she is not getting 10%. She's even getting way more than a lot of these people. You want to show people, you want to tell people like well, let's talk about pain, because we talk about pain. A lot of people pay themselves, right? We sit down and talk about my paycheck. Do you want to tell them how much you pay me every week, and what do we use that money to do? So we sit down and we talk about how much money I'm gonna get paid, but just tell them how much you pay me and how we pay, because a lot of people have been paying themselves like a crazy amount of money. So tell them how much I get paid.
Well, what is it?
$769 a week, right? And what do I do with that money?
Well, that money goes nowhere but in the bank.
Right. No, but I don't actually get that, because right.
That's what I said. It goes in the bank.
Right. So there you go, guys. It's not like I'm collecting a paycheck and then go and sport it out. It's actually stayed in our saving account, and then we just build from that. Let's talk about some of the structure that we put in place, because even though we're talking about being a couple, let's talk about how we actually save once you start to make that kind of money. Because keep in mind, guys, if you are earning $20,000 to $25,000 a month, and that's just one box truck, when you start to run 3 box truck, you're gonna be making a lot more money. So we're gonna tell you how we structure our saving in our personal life, and how we save our money. So let's start with so we just talk about our paycheck. So we save my paycheck, right? Then we have a saving for the kids.
Oh yes.
Separate, right?
Right.
That's not a part of our money. That's separate, right? Then we have the business savings.
Right.
Then we have a maintenance savings for the business.
For the business, yes.
And then we have a separate saving that we save for ourselves together. And then she have her own bank account, because she don't want She don't want me to see how much money she make. Right? She got her guys, she have her own bank account, right? Tell
Yeah,
YouTube.
I have my own bank account.
So why you don't let me see how much money in your bank account?
Why?
You see what I'm telling you guys? And I got a separate bank account that she want to know how much money in it.
Okay.
But that's not fair. That's not fair. And we save
But don't get it wrong. We don't hide nothing from each other.
We don't hide anything, but she got her own money and I got my own money. But she know where my money's at. And I know where her money's at. So anything should happen in the
we
event.
have access.
We have access.
You know, we don't keep up like how much you have and how much. We don't do that. But we have access to it.
Right. We both have access. And we save $1,500. We save $1,500 a week for each week. For ourselves. That's $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year.
Right.
That we save separate. That has nothing to do with the business, the kids, and our personal bank. Because the personal bank account, that's where we pay the bills, we pay the car, the mortgage, so forth. So guys, you have to put those structures together and then make sure that it works for you. It might work for you, might not work for you. I'm not sure. It works for us. And so far, we've been doing it for years. It worked for us. We never have a problem. And part of the thing that I want to talk about is when it comes on to spending money, because I do spend a lot. I spend more than you, right? Well, let's take it back. I like nice stuff. She like nicer stuff. So I think when it comes on to like buying stuff, I'm more reserved, but you are more. What would you say to people who are making a certain amount of money? What would you say spending wise? Do you think they should go ahead and spend a lot, or they should?
Certain amount of money, like.
So let's just say you just come into business, because our first year in business was $195,000, right? We did spend a lot of money, right? Over the years, we do spend a lot on stuff like clothes, shopping. Shopping.
I'll call that waste.
Right.
Waste of money. Because, to be honest, when we did that, we really, again, the need is different from a want.
Right.
So back then, that's just a want.
Right.
So now we focus on our needs.
Right.
So if you're making, like, as you said, a certain amount of money, and you trying to make ends meet, focus on your needs.
Right.
Not your
Right.
wants.
Okay. So So it all depends on where you at in terms of your business, the years in business, and the amount of money you're making and all that stuff. Okay, cool. But when we started out, like for instance, when we were buying that truck the other day, and guys, let me tell you something. Every single thing where money is concerned, I go to my wife, only because she's the one that does the books. I have to go to her. Not that she's the one that make the decision. We both make the decision, but I don't want people to feel like, well, because we heard this before, where we have actually couple come to our house and tell us like they want us to help them, but then the boyfriend would be like, well, I don't want her to see how much money in my bill. And I'm like, dude, you just bought her a 30 grand car. And it's like, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say backwards, but it's kind of weird, because why would you give your wife, or why would you give your girlfriend $30,000 to buy a car, but then don't want her to help you with? And he literally said, I'm not going to let her help me with the business because he doesn't want her to see how much money in his bank account. What would you say to someone like that? Like, I know finance, you gotta open up as a couple, but what would you say? Like,
well, first of all, they weren't married.
They were girlfriend and boyfriend, but he still bought her a $30,000 car.
They're not married.
I know, but still, he bought her a 30G car.
Well, my belief, he's not married. They're not married, so.
So he should. So she shouldn't see the bank account.
I'm not saying they shouldn't see, but if he said he's not going to show her, then no. I agree with him.
But I don't get it. But why would you? Okay, I don't get it, because why would you take care of a woman but then don't let her have access to the bank account?
I'll say, why do you take care of a woman that's not going to help you with your business? Because she don't help with the business.
Exactly. So that's probably where the problem comes in. I mean, love. If you love her, you still gonna take care of her, right?
Right.
But I think that if we do that, it's kind of making the business. It's gonna make the business. Would it say it's still gonna put you at a risk because you're not overburdened with all these work. Because remember, you gotta do factoring, you gotta do invoice, all this stuff. If you have a girlfriend and she's not helping you but getting the benefit.
Well, what happened is,
Mm-hmm.
what was his problem is his business was failing
Right.
because he came to us for help.
Right.
But so his business was failing, and then his girlfriend is not willing to help because he doesn't want his girlfriend.
I don't think his girlfriend didn't will. No, that wasn't the case. His girlfriend was willing to help. He just
Okay.
didn't want her to see how much money he's making.
Okay.
So what would we tell people like, guys, if you are going to come together and make a business work, you have to share everything, right? And so let's talk about the box truck that we purchased, right? When I was gonna purchase that box truck, I go to her and I ask her, I said, look, we're gonna invest in a box truck. This is what it is. This is what's gonna be coming. And we have a bombshell to drop about that box truck. I just choose not to drop it yet. But we talk about it and she said, okay, how much is the truck? How much is this? How much is that? And then she go do her thing. And then we come back and then we agree if we should move forward, right?
Right.
So you think as couples we should have that clear communication
Right. Definitely.
in anything that we're doing, whether it's renting a truck or buying a truck, whether it's renting buying a car or whatever we're gonna do pertaining to business. So you think that everybody should just be on the same page.
Same page. Yes.
Right. So there you go, guys. Make sure that both of you guys are on the same page when it comes on to getting involved with this company, because you can't really do I would say what 80% of the 80% is the guy, but then 20% is the woman. It's not gonna work. We just bought a new car. Well, let's talk about your car first before we go to my car, because your car is less expensive than mine. So let's talk about your car. We upgraded your car. So guys, we bought a car for my wife. It was a 2019 Highlander, and the kids were getting big, so we had to change it. Again, we had to go back, right, to the drawing board to figure out, do we really want to spend $65,000 on a SUV, right?
Right.
And so these are conversations that's gonna constantly come in. It's gonna constantly coming up, and it's gonna just gonna happen so fast that you guys gotta be, and you have to be ready and be on the same page. So with your car, you weren't. Tell them what happened with your car, because you didn't want to change it.
No.
So tell them how that come about.
Well, with my car, the kids was just complaining about the size. That's it.
The size, right?
Just the size. That's the reason why we changed the car.
But then your car was like 2 years for the payment to be made.
But it was pretty new.
It was a new car, but
Right.
you weren't at first. Didn't really want to change it, and then I talked to you.
We didn't want to put on more expense. I don't like expense.
Right,
So if it's gonna be more, it's got like a deep thoughts.
right.
So that's the reason why I didn't want to change my truck.
So basically, because we had like $20,000 left on her car payment, she did not want to take on a new payment, which would put us at $40,000 more than what we already with the down payment. So she was like, do we really want to do it? And then it takes, so that again go through a different process, and then we have to go back and forth. Anyway, you did get a new car.
Yes, sir.
Right? You like it?
Love it.
You love it. See? Did you miss any payment yet?
Why? We don't do that.
Okay, good. No, I'm just trying to let people know, like, once you iron out everything, you don't have those problems. Now, so we bought your car, then we bought the $107,000 box truck, right?
Right.
And that was like, that decision was quicker because we know that was an investment. So we made that like ASAP, guys.
Right.
Like, that was no time to waste to make that. But then we just bought a new car. And were you on board or not on board? I know we make a quick decision on that too.
Right.
That car was $102,000. Did you agree with me spending that much money in a car?
Okay.
And by the way, before we go, she have this thing where she says, right, guys, if I want something, she would say, what you would say, buy it, you deserve it.
Exactly. So that's
Right.
what I was just about to say that. I mean, he works hard, so you deserve it. So that's why I said go ahead.
Right, but then when we come to the table and I was like, I'm gonna buy this car and it's $102,000, it's gonna cost us that much money. I think that just spending that kind of money, I don't know, we make a quick decision on that.
But well,
I think we make like a week to make that decision. Right.
Well, first, then we gotta put it in our budget.
Exactly.
So the extra is not. It's not much.
Right. Exactly.
It wasn't much.
So that's
we
what we
decided
did.
To just go ahead.
Right. So what we did, we go and we look at the whole entire finance of how much money the company is bringing in, and we don't pay for that, right? Because the company does, and we get tax write off. Basically it's like I'm driving the car for free because the company pays for all of the expense in the car, right? Because we take all those receipts and we put it together and then we file the tax, yada yada yada, boom boom boom, right? So
that's the next thing. It's important to have a good tax first.
A tax CPA, a tax accountant.
CPA, right.
Yeah, because these guys they make sure you get all the credits that you need to get. They make sure you get all your write-off. They make sure you get every single. There was so much stuff that we didn't know when we started to do our tax. And if you have a mortgage, you got to get that statement every year from your mortgage company, and you got to give it to your tax guy. We got to get the 1099 from Triumph, and we got to give it to him. Then we got to do our own separate expense sheet. Then we got to write off everything and put it on it. It's a lot of stuff, guys. So the end of the year, you guys want to make sure that you have all your stuff together, so that way you guys can be filing a tax and still making a lot of money and just taking away a lot of profit, right? Yeah, so I think that is pretty much what it takes for everybody to be out here. I'm gonna drop the link, so if anyone want to ask us any question, we can answer real quick. And what else is hold on. Drop that link, and then we go take some question. We just dropped the link, guys. If any couple or anyone want to know what if you guys are coming in, you guys can hit us up and ask the question. And yeah, but overall we can say that you have to, that's a link. You have to just be committed and be ready, okay? Someone asked a question right here. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna answer some question in the chat in the meantime. So what happened to your Eno? I still got my Eno. I just sold one, and I had a 20. We have a 2017 and a 2018. We sold the 2017 to replace it with a 2022. So we still got two trucks, and we had a Freightliner. Oh my goodness! Do you want to talk about what happened with that Freightliner? Jesus, peace. She had a nightmare. And also, do you want to tell them, like, because I know you have a little side hustle that you do in Jamaica. I asked you about it last week. The liquidator. So she does her own little thing on the side, guys. And you want to tell people, like, even though you still have your own income here, you do have a side hustle. Well, it's not a side hustle, but you think that you're doing, what's that website called?
Liquidators.
And you do the thing on what is it, Posh? Poshmark. She do sell stuff online, right? And she get it from liquidators, but most of her money she make it from shipping stuff overseas, right?
Overseas.
And she got That's the next bank account. Your boy Kirk name is not on, man. What's going on? Tell him about that bank account because
Why? Oh my god. Bank account.
guys, she have a bank account in Jamaica where your boy Kirk is not even on the day. I'm not even on it. That's what I'm talking about. That's a problem. Do you think that we should have like separate bank account overseas?
Are we gonna do that now?
My wife have a separate bank account overseas and my name is not on it. Keep asking her when you gonna put my name on it. But it's all good, guys. It's all business. And she have her own plan. She have her own vision that I support her. We're looking into going to Airbnb now. We're trying to buy a next property. We're trying to figure out if we want to go to Dallas or Charlotte. I personally like Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
You don't like Texas. Tell us why you don't like Texas.
Because there's so much flood.
It's not no flood in Texas. First you said that it's you don't like flood. You said the hurricane.
Yeah.
The
it's like
the
a
storm.
natural disaster.
Yeah,
Right.
but Texas is nice, man. Come on, man. You gotta. She never been to Texas, so I'm gonna take her to Texas. Maybe that would change her mind. Can anybody in the comment section from Texas, like, back me up on this? Because Dallas is nice, Houston is nice. I've been to Dallas, Houston. I've been all over Texas, but I definitely like Dallas. But we're trying to find somewhere that both of us agree on so we can buy something and then do like Airbnb for her so she can have that extra money coming in. And yeah, I think Texas, I first, so she don't want to go to Atlanta. I don't know why she don't want to go to Atlanta. She don't like Texas. And she loves Charlotte, but I think I love Charlotte, but I wanna invest in something that is a little ways more out because I want to get more than just one property. You get what I'm saying? And I think Texas would be a better way to go. Let's read what this someone says. Someone says right here. Who's this? Anthony. You want to read what Anthony says? I'll answer
So he
it.
said, "Did you get a hot sticker, and do I need one?"
So I have a hot sticker, and if you're gonna be travel through the state of New York, the state of New York says that you have to have a hot sticker. If you do not have a hot sticker and you get pulled over by the DOT, they will give you a ticket and a violation, and I think the ticket is about $350. Now, if you go to the Oscar website, www.oscar.gov, you can apply and get a hot sticker, and it should only cost you guys $1.50 with probably about some change, like maybe I think like $17 or $20 for the processing. I'm not sure, but check it out on the website. You do not have to pay these third-party companies $200-$300 to do your hot sticker. It's crazy. It takes about a week. If you start right now, you should have it by next week if everything is okay. Go on the website, ask them, the state of New York representative on the phone how to go about it, and they will walk you through the step. But guys, just go on the website and get it out, and get the hot sticker, okay? All right, I'm gonna put the website in the link. Expeditors Direct, that's Mohammed down in Atlanta, and Mohammed is there you go, guys. We just drop it in the chat. You can go and check the website out, and that's where you go to get the hot sticker. All right. Let's see what Biggs says right here. All right.
He said, "I have some land out that way. Eventually, I will live there."
So Biggs got some land in Texas, right? All right. Let's start from the top. Okay, what it says? Oh, that's Biggs again. Okay, Texas is beautiful. Come to
From Florida.
So you don't like Florida. Tell us why you don't like
The
Florida.
heat.
Jesus, peace. This you
I
see,
have migraine.
guys. You see what I gotta deal with? This
No,
woman
but-
is so hard to please.
I have migraine every time.
Oh
I go
my
to Florida.
God! Check out this. All right, so it says I stayed there one night.
Oh, the Katie?
Yeah, in the Sugar Land. Yeah, remember that's in Houston though.
Oh.
That's over on the Houston side. So that's a nice area. You know, Sacamam area. Serious Lane says what he says.
Texas has bang for your buck.
Exactly. And then my man right here says Fort Worth. So we should move to Fort Worth. See, guys are telling us where to come. I think we should look into it, man.
Well, I'll visit it.
We're gonna visit Texas, and then we'll let you guys know once we decide. D Farm says, he says right
They
here,
have some nice neighborhood that don't flood.
they have some nice neighborhood that don't flood, so you don't have to worry about getting all swept out. Read what Mr.
You said Dallas is what it is. It's pretty nice.
Right. So you got guys who are telling us that Dallas is real nice, and let's go back up and see if we can catch. All right, let's see what this person says.
Say it's your boy Kirk back again.
You guys are something else, man. Don't forget to like, man. Don't forget to like when you come into the live. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to share the video. This is I think this is Rick.
Oh, this one.
Okay,
But
let's
it
see what
says,
Rick.
Florida is nice, just sucks for box truck. I'm not driving a box truck, and I know that.
No. He lives in Florida though.
No, don't get me wrong. Florida.
Your
is
dad
nice.
live in Florida.
Florida is nice.
My
But
aunt live in
exactly.
Florida. So we got family down there, and I take you to Key West one time.
Right.
Guys, let me tell you why she don't like Florida. I took her to Key West, and did we have the kids? No, we weren't have no kids. She was so black when she left.
Blacker than.
She was so black when she leave that she said never again, never again. So that is why she don't like Texas. Okay.
Georgia for sure.
The suburb in Georgia for sure. Yeah, Alpharetta, Kennesaw, Marietta.
I've been to Georgia.
Yeah,
Georgia is nice.
yeah, but you don't want to
And
go.
I'll keep my opinion.
But why you don't want to?
Keep my opinion.
Jesus, no. You see what I gotta deal with, guys?
No, but
Austin
you know
is
why
nice.
I don't like Georgia. I just don't want to say.
She don't like Georgia for her own reason. But yeah, we got Austin is a nice area. San Antonio. Check out San Antonio when you're over here. I've been to San Antonio. I've been all over Texas, guys. I'm not the problem. She is. I've been everywhere. If you watch my video, you see I'm delivering and picking up in Texas. I'm big. I will move to Texas like tonight. But
Really?
hell yeah. Man, listen,
Hey.
man, you pack them box truck up and leave out to this place, you know. Rick said, someone right here is asking if you have a sister. She have a sister that is,
Married.
she's married,
Exactly.
but she's voluptuous too, right?
Oh yeah.
She is, listen,
Voluptuous.
the voluptuous family. Guys, let me tell you, she have some family member. You should, you need to get a hold of them from early.
Hurricane in Florida. Oh yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So if hurricane in Florida and hurricane in Texas, then what's the problem?
But I said I don't want to live.
But then you have hurricane everywhere because if it start from the west coast, eventually it comes all the way up to the east coast.
But Florida is next to the ocean, so normally they have the biggest hit.
I don't know. I just one of these days I'm gonna take a load to I'm gonna head south and I ain't gonna coming back. I'm gonna just let you FedEx the kids over. Here we go. All right, so you got somebody else say.
Yeah, they are telling Texas good.
See, we got a lot of people supporting Texas, man. Come on, we gotta move to Texas. We gotta move to Texas.
You said hurricane in Jamaica as well.
Exactly. Hurricane is Jamaica as well. But she okay, let me tell you one of the reasons why she don't like Texas. When we had that storm, what was that, about a year ago? I was stuck in Texas. Yeah,
Oh
remember that?
yes,
She
yes.
went bananas when we was in Texas because we I couldn't get no hotel. I couldn't get any food. It was just a mess when the snow come, and I had to return. Guys, I had to return a what was it? A 16 foot. I had to return
Back to
a
New Jersey.
16 foot freight back to New Jersey, no pay.
Right.
That was crazy, just because of that storm. All right, so we gotta be careful when we're going to move to some of these states. It says no state tax in Texas. There you go. You don't pay no state tax. I'm telling you, man, we gotta move, man. I think that we should start by getting the Airbnb down there, and then we could probably see if we want to eventually move down there. Cause I personally, I don't care. I will move tomorrow. All right. Um, and someone says right here, so Anthony says, when you had a driver, did you hire them as a employee or a independent contractor? That's a good question. You want to talk on that?
So we hire them as an independent contractor, so they pay their own taxes.
Right. But we also give them the option to do W-2
Yeah.
if they want it. But most of the guys who come to us, they wanted to do
And I prefer them to do in the independent, being an independent contractor.
because it's easier
It's
for the
easier,
tax.
right?
Okay. So there you go. There you go, Anthony. It depends on what you want to do. You can hire them and do a W-2 where you have to pay their own taxes, or you can just do a 1099. Let's talk about the drivers that we have over the years. We have some good drivers. We ain't gonna our drivers has been good to us, but one of the things that we do unique and different from everybody else when it comes down to drivers, we let them sign a contract. Could you tell us why we do that?
Well, contract is very important,
Right?
right? And the contract have to state specifically about the loads. So if you damage your loads, you know, the payments, them being as an independent contractor.
Right. And just the whole entire responsibility and holding them accountable.
For the freight, right?
Right. So guys, when you have drivers who don't strap the freight, and then let's say they pick up 4 pallets and they flip one of those pallets over, we let them sign a contract, and then they would have to do 2 weeks in the back before they can actually get paid, because if they damage those pallets, then instead of us paying for it through our insurance company, we go ahead and pay it, right? If a driver drive under the bridge, and like what happened to the guy who came to us, his driver drive under the bridge and then turn around and tell him about his mother.
He turned the truck in a convertible.
He turned the truck in a convertible, and then Rick, he turned around and tell him about his mother. I said, who y'all talk? But I'm here for nothing.
Yeah.
So that's why we hold these guys accountable, because these guys will rip your truck apart and leave you on the side of the road.
And we make sure that they read.
They read it and sign it.
Right.
Okay? So
Rick's eroded.
yes, Rick, we hold them accountable, because and then we hear of a story where a box truck driver get into an argument with his owner and leave the truck at a truck stop. Leave the truck. So you think if this guy got $3,000 in the back, he's gonna walk away and leave your truck? He's not gonna do it. That's why you gotta put a contract on, and it doesn't matter if it's a W-2 or a 1099, because these guys will not do those stuff to. They will not do it to FedEx, UPS. They will not do it to those type of companies. So you have to be, because those type of companies gonna hold them accountable, right? So when you are a small company like us that have a fleet of 3, you have to structure your company where you hold these guys account. I don't care if that. This is why this is how you're gonna vet people out when you're looking for drivers, people who are serious. Because if you said it's going to be 2 weeks in the back, right off the back is going to eliminate some of these guys that cannot afford to work for 2 weeks in the back. You get what I'm saying? Because that's securing your money. I think Kristen paid $5,000 to fix that roof. If he had $5,000, if you have a driver that has $3,000 in the back, even if you gotta come out of pocket $2,000, guess what? You still get $3,000. But it's gonna be more than that, because if you pay the driver $1,500 a week, that's 2 weeks in the box. That's $3,000. If he damage that truck, then he lose that week that the incident happened. So that's gonna be a next 15 or whatever it worked up until that time.
Right.
So you have money to put towards the damage or the claim. But what people are doing is putting these guys in a truck and then they're cussing them out like this guy. Right. Who y'all talk? We don't pay for no truck. And he leave the truck and he's like, yo, me boss a shut off for you too, you know.
What?
So it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. It is crazy. All right. So please be careful. Just make sure. I believe that everybody should sign a contract when it comes down to driver. I don't care if it's your cousin, your niece, your brother, your sister. Sign a contract.
I mean,
all right.
Business is business.
Business is business. All right. All right. So PA is nice too. Yeah, Pennsylvania is nice. Let's see what this person says. So you read that, and then I'll see if it's something you need to answer.
It says, is it better for one to do the dispatching and another the administration work? My husband and I often debate over the loads, which can make us miss a load.
Okay, so I think one person should do everything.
Why?
Yeah, because she says, it says, is it better for one to do the dispatching? Okay.
Yeah.
So I book my own load.
Right.
So if your husband is booking his own load, let him, that's his lane. Huzzy, that's your lane. Pick a lane. You can't be in your wife lane. Pick a lane and stay in that lane. Okay, that's your lane. You're gonna pull load in that lane, stay in that lane. Let her do the administration part of the business. Okay, you shouldn't be debating, because as she said, it'll be too much. Do I ever call you? I share prices of load and all that stuff with you, but that's after I get the load. I don't do it in the middle of getting the load, because if I'm booking the load, I'm booking the load. So, Huzzy, let her do her part, which is just the paperwork, and then if you're booking load, just stay there. All right. So that is where that is.
But it's important to know everything though, because I try to know everything.
Well, you know how to price the load. My wife could be like, right now I'm trying to tell her we're talking about letting you become a dispatcher, because my wife right now can tell you right off the bat
if it's worth it.
It's worth it or not, because she over the years she already see what the money entail and what the freight look like. So she already got that experience in just knowing the prices and everything. So but if she and her husband is working, then both of y'all should work together and know everything. I don't say cut him off or cut her off, but if you're starting out, it's best to focus on one thing at a time.
But who is the better negotiator though?
You're asking her that?
Yeah.
I would say the husband. I don't know. If you want to drop, okay, Miss Johnson, if you want to drop who is the better negotiator, then maybe we can, give a little bit more.
Then the better one should be to do the dispatching.
Right. So, whoever is good at that, LOL from room. Let me see. All right, let me see what it said. Rick. Okay, what Rick says.
Please tell me he or she wasn't a yardie. I don't know.
Rick said he or she wasn't a yardie. I think he's probably talking about.
Oh, the person for the box truck. Yeah, he's a yardie.
Yeah, he's a yardie. Yeah, he's a yardie. Yeah, that's what I'm telling about his mother. No? The Jamaican alone tell people. You ever heard an American say, "Hey man, me tell you about your mother"? No, that's a Jamaican thing. You get what I'm saying? All right.
Man says, how do you see the market for Houston, Texas, or Texas in general?
The market in terms of freight is not bad. I think the best way to come out of Texas is partial only, because their full truckload pay crap.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you guys have saw me pick up a load going over to Washington State, and it was paying $2,800. I guarantee you, you will find the same load in a full truckload paying the same 28. So I think if you live in Texas, partial only. Don't touch them full truck. All right. Read that one.
It says stop freight in Texas is cheap. Most of the South is cheap rates.
It says spot freight in Texas.
It's cheap. Most of the South is cheap rates.
That's why you gotta only do partial. Like I said, in Texas, I think the best way to make money is to get partial only. If you get a freight coming out of Texas, like if somebody's paying you $1,200 to come to Virginia, make sure it's a partial, because the next 12 you're gonna find might be going to Maryland, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, all of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. Even if you get a next small freight paying $1,500, it wouldn't matter, because then you bumping your money up. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's better to just do partial only. All right. And David says,
hey brother, I'm moving to Texas. What city do you recommend I move to for box trucking?
I'm not sure about Texas, but if you're moving to Texas, I would move to Dallas, because that's where most of the freight comes out of. So I would move to Dallas. That's why we were saying if we're gonna buy an Airbnb, we'd go to Dallas instead of go to any other city. I mean, I've been around all Texas. I personally like Dallas. So David, if you're moving to Texas, I would say move to Dallas and just do partial only. Okay. And Content D said, what's up, Kirk? What's up, big up, big Kirk. So, and this is another person from Georgia. See, we got Georgia people in the building, man. Georgia people in the building. All right. Craig says, Jaja. But we're talking about the box truck couple, and if you guys are just joining us, let me drop the link again if anyone wanna chime in and talk to us. All right, go ahead. And we just dropped the link again. If you guys want to join us and ask us any question, you can just chime in. But overall, as a box truck couple and as a couple, and we just want to shout out everybody that is in this industry who are coming out here. And as I said, a lot of people who are coming out here in the box truck business, making a lot of money. If you structure your business the right way, you can make a lot of money for your family, for your kids, for your, just for your retirement, for saving, and all of that stuff. And you don't have to be going to these workplaces and taking these BS from these guys. Let's talk about some of the ups and the downs that we've been through since we started the company. Like for instance, remember when I get fired? Guys, I was working for a company, and in the middle of her being 6 months pregnant, they fire your boy. They terminate my contract. This is why I don't work for these companies no more. So let me tell you what happened, right? I went to do a delivery, and the customer liked the way I work. So the customer hired me to do additional work, and it wasn't on the time when I was working with the company. It was on my day off, right? She could not find my number, so she called the company and was like, hey, the Jamaican youth we have over there, so I can lift up $15 one time. When number? So they started to investigate, and they were like, oh, so you taking our customer behind our back. Which that wasn't the case, guys. I was just, the lady, like I said, she offered, she wanted some stuff to be delivered and picked up. And they fire your boy. And that was the last time I ever worked with a company. No, that was the last time. It was the company or the jersey that gets shut down was the last time.
Oh yeah. So second to last.
So that was the second to last company that we work for, that actually fire your boy. No, nobody. Listen, nobody fire your boy. Nobody. Okay, nobody. I fire people. Them driver that come and try to act like they Pookie and Ray Ray, I get rid of them ASAP. Anyway, David have a next. Read what David says.
You say, yeah, that's what I thought too. Dallas to Fort Worth.
Yeah, Dallas Fort Worth. It's nice. I think Fort Worth is like what 30 minutes apart. I went and do a delivery over there the other day. But yeah, but that's nice. And it says expedite direct in the building. That's Muhammad out of Atlanta. So David is saying something else.
He said, is it possible to do partial local freight while living in Texas regional?
I think most of the partial that come out of Texas is gonna be OTR. It's not gonna be local. Cause if you stay in state, I think it's gonna be a little bit too cheap. Cause it's already a cheap market in Texas. So I think if you try to pick up if you try to pick up something, it's gonna be too. It's not gonna be a lot of money. Anyway, what's the next one?
So Lorian says, I'm late, but what's the best way to pay yourself? I'm struggling with that.
Couple of things. Let's talk about the pay yourself. If you are a new company, you should not be paying yourself. Your first year in business should not be paying yourself. Don't focus on giving yourself a paycheck yet. Leave that until about a year and a half. Then you start to pay yourself. However, you can take like a 6 months bonus, right? So you can go in and then take like $3,000 after the first 6 months in business. But majority of the money, let it stay and grow the business. Because your ultimate goal should be buying that second truck. Okay, because that one truck that's going to be starting up your business, you don't want to stuck there. You want to ultimately get to 3 trucks. Because 3 trucks times 250, that's what? 750,000 a year. Right? And that's the number you want to get and maintain. So I would just focus on growing the business and just don't take no money. Dump all that money back in the business. All right? So I hope that answers your question. If you have any additional question, then you can just put it in and we'll answer it for you.
But you answer if they are new.
If they're new.
Right. So if they're not new, what's the best way to pay it?
But if they're not new and they're in business, then they should be paying themselves like $700.
No, what's the best way? Like a W-2?
Oh, you talking like the best way? Yeah, like how we pay ourselves, a W-2.
Right.
But I do a 1099. What do I do? I do a 1099, right? I do a 1099. As an independent contractor. So I pay myself.
We started out as W-2.
We started out as W-2, but then we do a 1099. All right? Only because it's a better tax write-off, as we said, when it comes on. It's more easier, it's more simpler when it comes on to tax. All right? Kingdom out of Missouri. All right, hear what he says. Read what he says.
It says, what's up, Kirk? Been hearing it's illegal to do team driving in box trucks.
Right.
I heard DOT police are on it heavy out here. What's your thoughts?
So team driving cannot be done in a box truck. It's impossible. You cannot drive. That's like me and my wife driving, and then my 11 hours run out, and then she take over, and then I'm in the corner sleeping on the side of the truck because we're not supposed to sleep in the side of the truck. So you can't be in the truck, in the cabin, leaning up and just sleeping while she's driving. That is why you cannot do it. Okay? People have done it. They get away with it. But it's not something that you're supposed to be doing. All right? It's just not happening. Now, if you're in the truck by yourself, you can, sleep in a truck by yourself. I normally sleep at a hotel 2 times for the week to offset my time in the truck. But DOT is not going to drive up in a parking lot of a truck stop and knock on each box truck door and be like, hey, you should be in a hotel. Hey, what are you doing out here? Like, they're not gonna ask you, like, where did you sleep last night? If they do I never have it happen. They never ask me like, where do you sleep last night if I get an inspection. But like you just gotta, like I said, you just gotta know to talk to people. All right. So that's hopefully that help you. If not, just ask along and we'll answer. All right. Expedite Direct says, go ahead.
How do you pay your drivers who are 1099 contractors? I have heard you say don't pay through Cash App or Zelle. So how do you pay them?
So if you have a driver, you can talk about that because that's what you do. Because you pay the drivers.
How do you pay them to? Well, currently we pay drivers through direct deposit.
But he's saying that I said don't use Cash App or Zelle.
Right.
So you have to do a direct deposit. For business.
For business wise, we don't do Cash App or Zelle.
Right.
We rather do it through the bank, so we have records showing we're paying this. I mean, you still have records, but
Yeah, it's more business attire to pay them through the And what we normally do, if we have a driver that doesn't have a bank within our area, we normally call our credit union, and then the girl or a banker, she can pretty much look up that bank and she'll set up our direct deposit to any bank across the country. So that's how we do it. So you want to check with a bank. That's why I tell people like get a credit union.
But you have website out there that do that same thing too.
And then what's that website we use? Oh man, there's a website that you could use, and it popped up the other day, and we were talking about it. Deluxe, guys, you can use Deluxe. What Deluxe does is you link your business bank account to the account that you set up with Deluxe, and then what you would do, your wife will go in every week and she would prepare a check and then email the check to the driver, and then the driver now will print that check out. You will take a picture, right?
Right, and do the deposit. Just like a regular.
Yeah, like a regular check. So we'll take a picture of the front and the back, sign it, and then we'll just upload it to his bank and he'll get paid. So yeah, you can use Deluxe. Yeah, we keep on forgetting about Deluxe. We gotta talk about Deluxe. They gotta give us some percentage for shouting their company out. All right, let's go back up here. I think we missed a couple questions. All right, let's go right here. All right, D-Fam says.
DIY Fam says, I got a low leave in Houston to Tacoma, Washington for $5,500.
So he got so that's what I'm saying. Like, I can tell you right now, brother, going over to Washington State, the gas is over there is like $5.60 in Washington State. So is this a good rate? Would you do it for 5,500?
What's the mile?
We would have to see the mileage. But I think it's a good rate. I mean, it's like what, 19, 20 some hours. I don't remember, but it's not too bad. Could you drop the weight, the size, the weight? Just drop like how much feet, how much weight it is, and how much mileage is, and then we'll tell you if it's a good rate. But it doesn't seem so bad. All right, there you go. Somebody else is asking the next question.
No, that he said. AJ says if you have a sleeper, you can.
If you have a sleeper, you can. Yeah.
For the two drivers.
For the two drivers, right? But that's what I'm saying. You can't be leaning up in the side of the truck sleeping. Like if you have a single cab, you can't just lean up in the side of the truck and just sleeping. But yeah. All right. Rick says.
Yeah, can't do team driving unless you have an.
Okay, yeah. Then he says unless you have a DOT approved sleeper. Yeah. So he basically answered AJ question. All right. Let's go down. All right.
So it says either extended cab or expedited truck.
Okay, so he's just elaborating on the Okay, so we're coming down. All right, guys, keep dropping a question. Let me see.
QuickBooks. That's the name I was trying to remember. QuickBooks.
QuickBooks. So yeah, QuickBooks does it too.
Yeah, we use QuickBooks for
like QuickBooks
6 months.
Yeah.
And then we stop.
Right.
Because we find a cheaper way how to do it.
We'll find a cheaper way, which is the way that we just told you. So this one says, Read this one.
Says you can only do a team drive if you have a DOT approved sleeper or build a sleeper in a box. That's why expedite truck have the big sleeper.
Okay, so they're elaborating on the sleeper thing.
Semi with straight truck frame.
Okay. Then we has Bronx. Okay, I think this is pertaining to Texas. This is the next this is actually in Houston also. That area that he just mentioned, that's in Houston. Okay. And then we have one more question right here. Let's see.
So which load board do you use?
We use the DAT load board. That's the only load board that so what's up, Kirk? Hey Steve, what's going on? Shout out to Steve. He's from the Bronx. Let's go to the load board because a lot of people say 1, 2, 3 load board and a bunch of different load board. DAT is the #1 load board, and a lot of these other load board that you sign up to, they actually channel off the DAT. So what that means is that you will have the same load on a DAT load board that is on the same, that is over there on the DAT load board. And this is where a lot of these double brokers start to comes on, because a lot of the double brokers they use different load board and then they snatch it off of DAT and then they repost it back over to 1, 2, 3, and then you get what I'm saying? It's like it's the same thing. All right. Someone says right here, what is this right here? 2550.
I think he's talking about
Okay, let me see.
the one above.
Okay, this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, oh, so
It says Dallas to Fairmont, West Virginia.
Okay, so he's asking so he said Dallas to West Virginia is 1184 miles for 250 partial 9 skid. That's good. I would take that. Because if you got 9 skid, it's going over to West Virginia. Then you have 9, 10, 11, 12. You got space for 3 pallets. Get what I'm saying? Then you can run that and try to find a next something coming out of Missouri, like 1 skid, coming over to Indiana, Ohio, over there in Kentucky. So that is good. That's good rate right there. And he's getting 2500. Yeah, that's good rate right there. Okay, so read what Kingdom says.
Says you two are a power couple for real. It's good to see.
Thank you, Kingdom. And Kingdom and his wife, I think they're gonna come out and do the same thing. They're gonna come out here and do the box truck thing. And a lot of people are coming out here and do the box truck thing with their wife and their girlfriend. All right. This is
Randy, he says checking in from Dallas.
Dallas. Shout out to we got so many people from Dallas. Yo, listen, man. The next time I book a load, I'm out of here. I'm gonna be leaving my wife for Dallas, man. I'm gonna trade you for Dallas because it's crazy. I'm telling you, Dallas is nice. It is strictly nice. All right.
Says my wife does the back office work as well for us.
Exactly. See, I told you they both, and that's what I'm saying. Like, couple are coming out here, and they're I don't know. I think it's better. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. It's better for me. All right. What AJ says?
What is that?
Overrated to regret getting it. All right. Let me see what this other person says.
Dacia, big up yourself.
Dacia. Oh my God. Short-tempered Dacia. Oh man, shout out to Dacia. Dacia is you want to tell him who's Dacia? Sister-in-law from Jamaica, and that's her brother. And she's another banger, right? Dacia, somebody asked if you have a sister, right? Yeah, Dacia is another banger. She's nice looking.
Sandra Powell. Mommy,
that's her mom. That's her mom right here, guys. Her mom is in the live. Shout out to mom. That's my mother-in-law. I think my mom probably watching and my brother. But their hands be in too much things. All right. So you got my wife, mom, and my wife,
Sister.
sister-in-law shouting out on the live. All right. Hear what Kingdom says again.
Got my first load already, brother.
There you go. So guys are coming out here, man. Guys are coming out here. Guys are coming out here. And like I said, guys, you know, um,
Antidirect.
you guys should like just commit to what you're doing. It's a lot of work. And it's take a lot of dedication, and we have we have family support and structure that support us over the years. We spend time with family and friends, you get what I'm saying, and we actually have a system that we work on that work for us. All right,
Antidirect, big up yourself.
that is our aunt right here. Say hey, you guys, I made it. Okay, shout out to Auntie Darrett. Okay, she is, and they're also in Jamaica, and and that's what I'm talking about. Read that
Says,
question.
Hey Kirk, what is box trucking like in Virginia?
Box trucking. I'm coming. Let me close the window so we can.
Think it will get out.
Okay, so we get some because I think the sun is coming in. So, what was the question?
It says, hey Kirk, what is box trucking like in Virginia?
Okay, so it depends on where in Virginia you live. I know if you live on the Richmond side, that's a good area. But if you live on the West Virginia side, it can be very hard to get load because that's over by 81. So you want to if it's better for you to be on the Richmond side, it would be way better to be over there. You get more load, okay? So it all depends on where in Virginia. If you want the Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina side, then you come up to Maryland. That's a good spot. But to be over by the isolated area, it's probably hard. All right, what Quantum D just says.
Just got back from South Carolina. Chris booked the load.
Shout out to my man, Mr. Smith, Compton D. He's running all over the place. All right. And Mr. Blake, what Mr. Blake says?
Moy Blake says a lot of double brokering going on in Texas.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like in Texas, that's why you gotta get them partial and just get in and get out of there. And somebody asked me, how do you know when it's double broker? That's another thing we're gonna have to talk about because the double broker thing is crazy. All right, what William says?
It was slow to start the year and it's our first year. Question is, when does it get busy with loads? Northeast side coming out of New York. New York is always busy. Right?
New York is always busy. I think that okay, so New York is always busy. However, there is a slow period because from December to January.
But January is overall is a slow.
Well, from December the cutoff, anytime we go through Christmas all the way to like in the middle of March, that's gonna be very slow. So you can expect to get everything start to pick up now from now, April. Spring break is gonna come on and all these summer and holidays. So now it's gonna really get picked up and moving forward. That's why a lot of people who are trying to get their box truck out here. Please, guys, if you guys are trying to come out here with your box truck, try your best to come out here for the summer because right now you should be trying to sign a contract with a truck today or next week and try to hit that market once it start to build back up because once it start to go back up, it's gonna be crazy. You get what I'm saying? So you guys want to come out here. I think there's another question or something. I read what she says.
And drop some knowledge on how you hire drivers. Looking at our second truck in a month.
Okay, so great question because we just talked about hire drivers. Well, don't hire no Pookie and no Ray Ray, that's for sure. But when you hire a driver, you vet them. You go on Craigslist and you post a ads, or you go on Indeed to get a driver. You do the regular vetting that FedEx does. You run their background, you run their their driver's license, you let them fill out the application, you let them know what is required, meaning that they have to, whatever you require them to do to become a part of your company, you let them know that, okay? But when you vet a driver to put them in your truck, make sure that it's someone that have experience and someone that is willing to work. I like to tell people, if you're gonna hire a driver, make sure it's somebody that's already driving. If you get a driver a year or 6 months, or I would say even 3 months, if you can snatch up, even I would say 3 to 4 months, yeah. Hire a driver that's already driving 3 to 4 months, but a year would be preferable. And you can vet that person and put them in a truck, and then you dispatch them. So just, and make sure that what you are putting together for a driver, make sure that is clear, understandable. And if you got to put a contract together where you got to have them to sign and hold them
Not if,
accountable,
you have to.
you have to. And you should well, I don't want to say, you should have at least a week in the back. A week in the back. I don't care if they're broke as hell, you should have a week in the back. Because if they go to FedEx, they're going to have to work 3 weeks before they get a paycheck, or 2 weeks. Okay? Because if these guys run the truck and they get these truck damaged, it's going to be on you or your insurance. So always put a structure that protect you and your customer. Because think about it, this is your livelihood. We don't have no other resource. This is my income. This is what I'm banking on every week, every month, every year. You have to protect that asset. You get what I'm saying? And so this is the reason why when I come in here, you don't hear me badmouth drivers, unless I'm saying don't hire Pookie and Ray Ray, because we have wonderful experience with driving. And if you don't know how to do it, guess what? Sit down with your spouse, structure how you're gonna put up game plan. The person said that's their second truck. So if it's your second truck, then you already have some knowledge of how to structure your business. You get what I'm saying? So putting a driver in your truck shouldn't be an issue. All right, it shouldn't be an issue. So good luck on your second truck. Congratulations. I wish you nothing but best, successful, long life in health. Be safe out here. All right, and yeah, keep them freight moving. All right, so go ahead again.
What do you do when a broker don't pay you?
What do we do?
Well, we factor through Triumph.
Yeah, but what if they don't pay you?
Then you have to call them.
No, man. What do I do?
Well, you go visit the people them. Well,
guys, I do a pull up.
That's not the correct way to do it, though.
What go on with my money? I want me check to them and I leave you so.
Well, the thing is, we already get the money because Triumph always do that.
So it's two different things. They can be talking about if they cannot be factored.
Oh,
but
so
then
they send the invoice.
Yes, so like what we did last week. So we did a load where they didn't factor, but if you are factorable, or the company can be factored, you then have to go and do the footwork to call the accounting department or send the email, or do it the old-fashioned way. Pull up on a guy and say, yo, want my money there? What y'all do?
Well, most likely the accounting department always takes...
they always take care of you guys. So you, sometime, all right, let me tell you.
Don't call a broker. Just do, go straight to the accounting department.
Yeah, just go straight to the accounting. And they're pretty much, and sometime what we get to find out is sometime the factoring company, they're not putting in that much work as they like to make it sound. So sometimes you just have to chip in and do your own part. So yeah, just call them and just say, hey, we did this load, have your rate con with your load your load number, give it to them, ask them what's going on. And we actually get a check the other day because there was some mix up. So I had to pick up a check the other day from a guy. I had to do a pull up, right? My wife don't like when I do pull up because she know Once we pull up, my check just cut the right to it right away, right, yo, yeah, they right away and cut it out. But we actually went and picked up a check the other day because there was some mix-up. We did a load from January and they could not get paid, so we actually reached out to the guy and I went and picked up the check the same day. All right, so you just got to do a little bit more footwork to get your money. All right, that's all it is. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way. You just do a pull-up. All right, go ahead.
What do you say about hiring family members?
You
Sign contract.
sign.
Business is business.
You heard my wife, right? Tell the person what you said
I
again.
said, sign. Make sure you guys sign contracts. Business is business.
Business, because family will ruin a business. Not all of them, but don't treat them no different than a stranger. Pretty much that's what we do. We never have any family that work for us, but we have heard of stories of family member can be very horrible. Because some family member actually they don't. Not everybody, guys, but some family member will want to be a part of your company, but they don't really happy that you really successful in running a business. So you gotta vet everybody. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just make sure that put everybody through the same process. I don't care if it's your family or your friend. You make sure that you put them through the same process. That's all it is. All right.
Oh, look, one right here. There's a family member right here want to work.
Which one?
Uncle Clinton. Say hi, family. Come
Oh!
on off the truck.
So this is my wife again, family, shouting her out again from Jamaica, Uncle Clinton, and big up to you, boss man. All right. So we're gonna go down to, okay.
Miguel says, do you do Canada loads, and why not if you don't?
So Canada require us to come to be vaccinated, and you have to have the vaccine, the card. We actually are currently right now next to Canada. That's where she take me for my birthday, and we can't even go over the border. We drove right to the border and we stopped, like one stop light next to Canada. We sitting down and we like, man, we want to go over there. We can't even go over there. But they want us to take the vaccine, and I'm not sure about this sticky finger with this sticky thing in your shoulder for this vaccine. So, but there's a bunch of different paperwork that you have to do and apply. If you get Canada and you're willing to go through all of that process, you can make a lot of money. We've seen a lot of money coming out of the off the dot board going to Canada. All right. And this is Arnold say, hey y'all. All right. So then we have a next question.
What's up, Kurt? Booking my first partial tomorrow. Thanks for everything, bro.
All right. So that is someone that I probably spoke to before. And this is Sirius Lane right here. I think Sirius Lane is going to be coming out with his wife. And they're in Dallas, Texas. He was shouting out. Shout out to Dallas, man. He's the guy with the LCAT, the video I show you with the SCAD pack. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm gonna wipe that thing out so easy. It's not even. Just wait until I put my downpipe and drop my tune on my car, and I'm gonna kill all of them. You don't tell them my neighbor got a Hellcat?
Oh yeah, he does.
My neighbor got a Hellcat. $4,000 on the table for all you Hellcat guys. I'm gonna kill you guys one by one. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see, who's this? So you want to read that one?
So Devin asking Chrissy, hey, can I give you a call after Kirk ends the live?
Okay, so Chris, Devin is asking if he can get in contact with you after the live. All right, so let's go with this one.
When did you know you didn't need a factoring company?
Woo!
We always use a factoring.
We cannot do it without a factoring company.
You can, but
it's gonna be too much. Yeah, it's too much money coming in, for you not to use a we tried to do it before, and it's just too much money, guys. It's just too much money. Cause think about it, you got all these different money, like two guys just now. One guy say I get 5,500. He dropped that by Wednesday. Then he pick up a next load out of Washington, coming back down. Then he got another $5,000. Then he got a next $2,000 here. It's just too much money to invoice and to keep up with these invoices. So you do need a factoring company. All right.
How do you go about doing the TSA approval?
The TSA approval, you go on the website, you apply to get the TWIC card. If you're asking about the TWIC card, then you can schedule right on the website. You can schedule an appointment and you just go in. They'll take your fingerprint. They'll ask you a bunch of questions. You'll pay $125 fee for the process. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get that TSA card. Once you get the TSA card, then they will send you a PIN. The PIN goes along with the TSA card, and then you can start to travel to Canada, to Mexico. Actually, Mexico, I'm not sure if Mexico need us to be vaccinated. But I'm going to look into going to Mexico, but I don't really see a lot of loads going to Mexico. But Canada for sure. But that's how it is when you do, that's a process, and it pretty much is easy. What they do, they pretty much run your background. All right. You're gonna take a break.
Okay.
My wife is gonna take a break, and then so I go down and I see. Okay.
Says, what about a hazmat endorsement for non-CEL?
Hazmat endorsement will help because there's load on the load board that asks for hazmat. So it does help to have it. If you can get it. It's one up on your your opportunity to definitely to book more load. All right. And let me see what William says.
Should I rent a truck? Hard to find one for sale. That's true.
So guys, you can rent a truck. Nothing is wrong with renting a truck. You guys who have watched my channel know what I always says. Nothing is wrong with starting renting a truck. Nothing is wrong with there. Put a timeline and renting, then you transition over to buying. Okay, we actually started out leasing.
Leasing, right?
We never actually owned the trucks that we originally started.
Well, that
out.
wasn't OTR.
No, that wasn't. No, with Bush Truck Leasing. Yeah. So guys, you can lease a truck. You can rent the truck or lease a truck, but just have a cutoff time where you're gonna go into buying that truck. All right. Nothing is wrong with renting. It's just that I think they're taking a lot of advantage of a lot of people now because they're watching YouTube and seeing that we truckers, box truck, talking about the box truck business and the money we're making. Now they're like, so y'all making money over there? Well, we're going to charge y'all more than for the rental. All right. So there's the next question.
Where do you buy your tires and what brand?
So I buy my tire from McCarthy in Pennsylvania, and I use the Bridgestone. I heard Continental is good, but I prefer the Bridgestone. I don't buy retreaded tires because of the it's just you don't want to buy a retreaded tires because it's with the weight and the tire and the heat in the summertime and all of that stuff. It's not good to buy retreaded. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. All right, go ahead and drop the link. So we just dropped the link. If anyone want to drop in, you can drop in also on the live and ask a question. And yeah, so I hope this has been very informative to you guys. I hope you guys are jotting down a lot of the information that you guys want to know. Somebody asked me in an email if we ever go out on a run.
Yeah.
You want to share? You want to share that experience?
Colorado.
Did you like Colorado?
Colorado is nice.
So why you like Colorado but you don't like Texas? You see me I tell you about them woman here? Them can't make up them can't make. Guys, she love Colorado but she don't like Texas. So anyway, go ahead. We went to Colorado. What happened?
We went to Colorado, back to Georgia,
and
then from Georgia back home.
Right? But you want to share the experience, like what
Um,
happened? Did you like it? What we go through?
all right. Me personal, from my personal opinion, I think I slow him down. You know, I'm a female, so we gotta stop every minute.
Guys, she
So,
stopped like every single, like what? Like she buy Twinkies more than the kids, guys. Like she wants something every single minute. Not only to use the restroom, but she want to buy this. She go, and you love Love, right? You love Love's gas station, right?
yeah, they're okay.
She love Love's gas station. I introduced her to Love,
I think
and
they're cleaner than
they
the.
they clean it. Yeah, they cleaner, and they got more stuff. You know, they're more tricked out to me than Pilot. But what happened when we were on our way to Grand Junction? Because we were on our way to Grand Junction to do a delivery, right, from TQL. Remember that load with the snowstorm
From Grand Junction.
from to Colorado? Remember when we was going down the hill and it started to snow?
Oh, that night. Oh, yeah.
You want to tell them the story with that? Guys, she gonna share a story with. Listen,
Oh, and at that time you didn't have your chain.
we did not, because we, okay, so guys, we book a load from TQL, and let me say this about TQL. Back then, TQL was paying a lot of money for partial, right? Because that's what we had, two load. Remember, we had a TQL and the next load. I think we had $5,500 going down there.
Yeah, cause yeah.
Them time gas was like $1.30.
No, it wasn't $1.30, but it was cheaper.
It was cheaper, yeah. It was there. It was out of Jersey. But as we move across the state, it get more. But it wasn't what? It wasn't $4.
No, it wasn't $4.
So we started to go down, and we make our way all the way to Colorado. And then my wife decided she want to be bougie for the night, and she started to look a hotel. And we were going down 70, and it started to snowing, and we did not have any chain. We didn't even know about the chain because that's our first time in Colorado. So we were wondering why DOT was pulling over so many trucks, right? Remember, they were on the side and they were, you pull over here. So just as they started to pull over some guys that we were behind, we passed them. They let us pass, actually, and we started to go down, and then my wife was on the phone looking for a hotel, and she was like, no, I gotta get a hotel. Well, she didn't have any signal. When we do have signal, we start to look for a hotel. We couldn't find any hotel, right? So we end up have to stay at a rest stop, right, for the night. And boy, let me tell you, my wife was like, never again, never again. So that was a crazy experience. But then when we leave Colorado, we go back to Missouri. We pick up a load. Then we go to Atlanta. Then we go to Knoxville, Tennessee. Then we pick up a load going over to New York. It was fun. Also, guys, if you guys want to take your spouse with you on the truck, even though they're staying home taking care of the business behind the scene, it's a good experience. All right, you want to take your wife. Let her see how you're making money. Let her see how you go through. Let her see your load, the unload. And we actually have to cancel a load in Missouri.
The military load?
No, well, there was a military load we had to cancel. Then the load that the lady was giving us more weight, more,
okay.
And then she trying to tell me, well, there's only 2 more pounds. I'm like, you out of your mind. You better find a damn next box truck for that, because I'm not putting that on my truck. All right, so yeah, you guys want to make sure that you take your spouse out and you guys can work together so they can see. So Rita, this one again says,
I am from Philadelphia. Is the market good here to start from?
Yep, because Philadelphia, you can get a lot of partial. You can run up to Jersey, you can run up to New York. You can actually get more load out of Philly, New York, New Jersey than one person that is in Atlanta. You can pick up way more load quicker than anybody else. All right. So let's read what this other person says.
When first starting your box truck business, how much was the insurance down and monthly?
My insurance at the time was $3,500 down, and my monthly was $700. And we still pay low insurance. So it all depends on the year in business now, and the amount of truck, and the driving record, and the driver, and all of that stuff.
Well,
and
the
the year.
driving record is important.
and the driving record is very important. All right. Okay.
The market is wonderful in PA.
So so the market is wonderful in PA. So go back to, if you go back to Mr. William, John actually answered your question also. He said the market is wonderful in PA. All right. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There you go, guys.
Do you recommend quick pay? If so, how you decide if a broker is good to do so with?
So quick pay normally, if a broker doesn't have the factor and capability, so they will offer quick pay, or some broker will offer quick pay.
But he's asking, how do you know if it's good to do the quick pay? You don't know.
You don't know. You
never
can't.
know.
You never know. You can't know. When it comes on to some of these brokers, especially when it comes on to double broker, it's like taking a risk. You get what I'm saying? So, some things in this box shop business is just gonna be an outright risk. You just got to take a risk. All right, and that's why it's so key for you guys to. You get what I'm saying? Just like I said, man. After a certain time, you develop all those stuff. You just automatically know. All right.
So Isaac said, where can I get reefer loads for box truck?
Reefer loads for box truck, you don't find many of those on the dot board. And if you do find, when you go to the, okay, so Isaac, when you are searching on the dot board, okay, when you go to the dot board, if you look to the right hand side, you would see a section that says special. What it says, I think it says there's general, and I think it's special unit. I don't remember what it is because I don't use it. But there's a section there where you can go, our special equipment, and you can actually go in and check what you have. So there's a section in there that says reefer, air ride, small box truck, and so forth. And that's where you go to find load if you want to find load for your box truck. All right. So that is all you're gonna search on the dot board for that. All right. So John again says,
where are any good diesel mechanics?
the best diesel mechanic gonna be a dealership because they warranty their work. I don't go to them roadside shop guys because sometimes they'll do stuff on your truck and you're not gonna get your money back, and it's going to cost you twice or triple the amount to repair a truck. So I just stick to a dealership, man. If you go to a dealership, you can get your truck warranty. To be honest with you, right now, if you ask me, dealership and everybody is charging the same price. So I wouldn't say go to this mechanic over here because he's cheaper, because they all right now is crazy when it comes on to the box truck or just trucking in general. So I wouldn't really say go to a particular dealership because they're all the same. The price of everything is up, and you know what I mean, it is what it is. William says, thank you, you're welcome, sir. All right. And we're going to talk about one more subject and then we're going to wrap it up. We're looking into offering a couple stuff. So right now I'm offering mentorship to a lot of people that's coming to us. We do consultation. I am thinking about doing dispatching. I'm thinking also about doing lease on. We're playing, like I said, as a couple we sit down and talk about a lot of stuff, and we're just looking to see how we can help a lot of people out here make and maximize a lot of money that is out here. So there's certain services that I'm thinking about doing besides just giving you guys mentorship. If I can mentor you and then dispatch you and then make you make a lot of money at the same time, then if it worth me to come out here and share my expertise with you guys and put you guys on top of game. As you guys have known, I have already started to change a lot of people mindset, a lot of people business tactics, such as showing you guys how we make money doing partials only. And you guys already see that there are a lot of people who did not think about that. Now they start to say, it makes sense if we can pick up 2 partial, still get two. If I can get $2.50 per mile on one load, it would make more sense for me to take two partial, paying $1.60 and $1.40. Then I'll make my two more than my 250, and I'll still run at a higher profit margin. Versus you picking up one load, paying $1.50 and running with it at a negative, right? So this is how we're doing it, and this is how we're thinking about putting people on game. But I'm thinking about just open up the floodgate, as they say, in offering more service. My wife also she does the back office, the administration part of the business. So she does like the profit and loss and all of that stuff, invoicing, all that stuff. So we're thinking about it, guys. There's a couple people that we're thinking to working with. Because of course, you can't do it by yourself, and if you want to have successful business, you have to network with people. So we're thinking about networking with a couple people, merging with a couple companies, and see how we can make sure everybody make their money and be successful. And as I said, man, once we have that low, once you bring that monthly overhead income down, then you can increase your profit. Okay, so that's what we do. We bring our monthly income, our weekly expense, our weekly expense down, and we increase our profit. So once you guys know how to do that, then you can make a lot of money, and that's what we're here to teach you guys. So I think with offering those service, a lot of people can come out here and make a lot of money. Let me say this before let's read this. And John says, true, thank you guys. You're welcome, John. Let me say this to you guys. If you guys know the trick, I wouldn't say trick, but if you guys understand the dot board, you can actually do 4 loads per week and make $5,000. A lot of people think you come out here and make a crazy amount of money, a crazy amount of load to make $5,000. You just have to understand the structure. So if you can do 4 loads and make $5,000, and that's just one pick, one drop. That's what I'm talking about. But if you want to increase that $5,000, then that's when you're gonna do that partial, and that's gonna increase that $5,000 to $7,000, $8,000 a week. It's easy, but there's a, like they say, there's a method. There's a method to the madness. There's just a way you guys have to do it so you can make a lot of money. That's all we're saying. All right. Any other thing you want to say to them that, as a couple? Yeah, and one other thing that we want to share with you guys. When you come into this business with your wife, communication is key, right? You have to take, what would say? You have to take, like we are on our vacation right now. So now we're in husband and wife mode.
No, because he's still working.
I'm still working, but because I still do consultation, I'm still doing what I'm doing. But she don't get mad, right? But you what about communication is clear. Like you have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to really, really learn to communicate with your partner and make a lot of money in this business. You can't be doing one thing and they're doing one thing, okay? It's gonna be a problem. All right. What's going on, sir?
Hey, Kirk, what's up?
What you got for me?
Yeah, I had a question.
You're breaking
I got
up.
my box truck, and I had that governed
there?
speed. Yeah, could you hear me?
All right, I'm gonna let you come back because you're breaking up. Okay, yeah. So communication is key to having a successful business. All right, read what this one says.
Later, boss lady, nice to finally see you.
Everybody wanted to meet you, right? Thank you, sir. You are welcome. We are going to actually wrap this live up. I'm gonna take this. Let's take this call and then we're gonna wrap it up. How are you, sir?
Good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. But what's the question?
Yeah, I have a box truck that has the governed speed. I can only go up to 70 miles per hour.
right?
Do I take that to the dealership to remove that, or how does that work?
Yeah, you can go to the dealership to get it removed. I think they charge like $130.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all your contact that you put me.
You're well. No problem.
All right. That's
All
it.
right, cool. Yeah, he has a govern on the truck, and he wants to know how to get it removed. So yeah, you can just go to the dealership, and they'll do it for like $130. But yeah. But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this live up tonight. It was wonderful coming on here with my wife. You guys finally meet her. You guys finally see, um, how we work as a couple. Hopefully, you guys can take away a lot of stuff from this and learn and have a successful trucking business. And like we said, man, we're just here to inform and educate you guys, let you guys know what time it is so you guys can make a lot of money. It's not hard to do it. I personally think that if you work together as a couple and just go at it within the first 3 years, it's you guys can make a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? You guys can make a lot of money doing this business. All right, so we want to thank everyone that come in the live. We appreciate you guys. You finally get to meet my wife. I will let you guys meet my kids one day, but right now we're just gonna talk about the box truck couple. And shout out to all the couple out there that run in their box truck. We wish you guys all the success and all the best in your business. Just stay committed, stay dedicated, keep that mindset going, and just drive them trucks, man. Whether you're driving by yourself or you're driving with your girlfriend or your wife, just drive them trucks. That's it. All right. It's your boy Kirk, as you know. It's your boy Kirk, back again with the next live. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, share my video, hit that notification bell, and when we drop a live or a video, you can be notified. We're gonna drop a video of us coming up here, and just hanging out. And we want to let you guys just stay motivated, man. Don't give up on your dream. If you leave a 9 to 5 job and coming in this box truck business, don't get discouraged because things are not going according to what you planned. Just keep going at it. We started years ago, right? And we are here right now sharing our experience with you guys. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank y'all for the blessing. Thank y'all for everything that you guys have supported our channel. Subscribe, the whole 9 yard. All right. And shout out to Sway. Sway is shout out to Sway. Shout out to Hector. Hector says it's a shame people don't hit the like button. Eventually they'll hit the like button, because sometimes we do a live and there's a lot of people don't hit the like button, but we have a software that whether you use the like button or not, the video still get promoted, right? So we have a different software. But shout out to Hector. Shout out to Sway over there in Pennsylvania. Big up to you and your husband. Shout out to you guys that joined the live, and just overall, just believe in yourself, man, and stay committed. It's not hard. Stay focused, stay committed, and just have that drive like when you drive the truck. All right, we're gonna leave it here, guys. Thank you guys for coming in and watching. It's your boy Kirk and my wife Kenisha. You tell your name at the last. She give her a name at the end and not at the beginning. Now they're like, what's your wife's name? Her name is Kenisha and Kylie and Kyrell. So it's a family of K. Alright? Thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace out. Alright? Thanks you guys.